Welcome to another live stream here in the Paperbell Society Facebook group with me, your host, Sha-day Johnson. I'm so excited because today we're going to be talking all about mastering time management. And I'm going to be giving you my top tips for how you can juggle managing your coaching business along with having a full-time job or just a full-time responsibility. So, if case we're meeting for the first time, hello, my name is Sha-day Johnson, and I am the tech strategist and YouTuber slash Paperbell expert for coaches. And I teach you how to streamline and automate your coaching business using my favorite tech tools like Paperbell. Now, during these weekly live streams, I've been trying to alternate talking about behind the scenes tech tool and then like more of an entrepreneurial topic. So this week, that's why I'm talking about mastering your time management. So if you are joining me live, be sure to say hi in the comments and let me know where you're watching from. I do love to know where everyone is in the world because I think at this point we're like international. I am in California in the US. And so I think it's always so cool if someone joins from like a different state or even a different country. That's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with sharing. I have 6 tips that I narrowed this down to, and this is all based on my personal experience because if you've been following me on my journey, I currently have a full-time job and I am working on my exit plan. So I have a lot of experience with managing a full-time corporate job where you have to be there minimum 8 hours a day, sometimes more because I'm on salary. And I have started an online business, just like you've started your online coaching business. So my online business revolves around when I first started, I was actually a virtual assistant, and then I was a tech virtual assistant helping coaches with the tech in their business, and then that's why I transitioned to becoming a tech strategist, and now I specialize in Paperbell and I create courses and content around that. So I've done a little bit of everything at this point. I've worked with clients, so having to manage client workloads is a big thing. And I know that's a big thing as a coach. Carving out time to create video content. I mean, honestly, that's still a work in progress for me. I'm not going to lie. I am still growing my YouTube channel, still trying to get into a regular routine of like attempting to put out a video a week. And sometimes a couple months go by and it doesn't work out, but I'm working on it. But what I have gotten a really good hold on is, for one, when I was working with clients, I had a decent hold on that. And now, as I am a course creator, I have a good hold on, you know, creating content for that and providing support to my students. So let's go ahead and get into these 6 different tips that I have for you. So the first one that you want to do when you're trying to juggle your coaching business alongside a full-time job is to live by your calendar. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is going to sound super restrictive at first when you think, oh my gosh, I have to do everything by my calendar. But what you're going to find is that when you actually schedule everything, and I mean everything, whether it be business or personal, onto a calendar, what you'll find is that it actually gives you more freedom. I know it sounds like, okay, the opposite would happen and you'll feel super restricted, but I promise you, it will give you more freedom. And the reason is because when you start, let's say you have your to-do list, right? And you're like, okay, today I want to go live. Today I want to send, 5 DMs to potential clients. Today I want to go to work. Today I need to, pick up my kids from school. All those things, when you actually put those into a calendar, like a Google calendar, meaning like a digital calendar. And you can do this with paper as well, but you will see how everything adds up And it will become more clear if it's actually realistic to get those things done in a day. So, for example, if you say, "Oh, I want to send, 5 or 10 DMs to potential clients," you might put that on your to-do list and not realize, okay, that's going to take you an hour. It's because if you're not just literally already have the people that you want to send those DMs to set, and then it's just copy and paste, if you actually have to like research those people and find them and then search through all these groups to see who you can connect with and all that, it's going to take lots of time. So when you put things onto your calendar and actually see the chunk of space of time that it takes up, you're going to just be more realistic with what you can get done in a day. And then it's going to cause you to start working smarter and actually either finding ways to work more efficiently or cutting down on different tasks and prioritizing the more important tasks in your business. So that way you can actually start gaining some momentum. So, living by your calendar, highly, highly recommend that. And like I said, I do recommend using a Google Calendar. That's my what I currently use. And then I also like it because it integrates with Paperbell. And so, if you are a Paperbell user, that's just going to make your life much easier if you're already using Google Calendar. Um, Let me see. I'm looking at my notes over here, so I want to make sure I don't miss anything. Um, oh, okay. The other part of living by your calendar, the important thing is I want you to become as dedicated to your business and showing up for your business as you are to showing up for work. Because when you think about it, you're like a really good employee. You come to work every single day, you go to work on time, you spend the full, 8 or 9 hours there, and imagine how much your business could grow if you were that dedicated to it. So if you put on your calendar a 2 hour time block, a 3 hour, maybe even 4 hour time block, maybe even split throughout the day of I'm going to be working on my business. And then you actually showed up as if it were your job, as if you were going to get fired if you didn't show up, life changing. So live by your calendar. All right. Tip number 2 is to prioritize money making activities. This is so, so important. And I wish I did this sooner in my business because I would have made a lot more money a lot faster. But we live and we learn. And now I went through that because now I can be here to teach you the error of my ways and how to not do that. So, when you prioritize money making activities, what's going to happen is you are going to start gaining momentum and you are going to actually start making money. And this is what is going to keep you going because you're going to be seeing results. So, when you start, especially if you're in the very beginning of your business, when you start, you tend to think you have to do a ton of things that aren't necessarily tied to making money. So, for example, you think, oh, I need to create the most amazing website, or oh, I need to create the most amazing logo. Um, oh, I need to be on every single social platform. Oh, I need to, gosh, those are just the top three that I can think of because I'm thinking of what I thought when I first started. And the truth is that all of those are not true. Now, those are things you eventually have to do, but they are not money making activities. What are money making activities are what involve you actually connecting with your ideal clients. So, I'm going to tell you right now, sales is all about connecting with people, especially online, and sales is a numbers game. So, the more people that you're talking to and telling about your business, the more clients you're going to get, the more sales you're going to make. So, for example, in the beginning, I had a big visibility issue. And so I was like scared to show up online. I was scared to even talk about my business to people because, you're just scared of judgment and scared of all those things. And to go live, what? No, there's absolutely no way. That was my whole mindset. And of course, I ended up working with a coach who helped me to work through those things because those were really super limiting beliefs that I had that were keeping me from being successful. And so, what I started doing was, one, I started going live, but two, I started interacting a lot in Facebook groups and making myself visible to potential clients. So in the beginning, I was just trying to work with anyone, like any entrepreneur who needs help, So I'm just in all these entrepreneur groups, and that worked, And then I eventually niched down to wanting to work with coaches because coaches are my people. I love them so much. So I was trying to be in all these groups with coaches. And at first it was really scary, but as you put yourself out there, as you engage organically with people who are asking questions that deal with your expertise, as you're having coffee chats with people, as you're, connecting with people in the DMs, all those things, the visibility issue starts to just fade away and you just forget about it and you just are doing your thing, which is awesome. So you want to prioritize your money making activities because that's what's going to keep you going. And that's what's going to enable you to actually quit your job. So then you have time for those non money making activities, which are important, but not as important as bringing in the money, right? So prioritize those money making things. Number three of how you can manage your time is make yourself and your business a non negotiable. So this was something that was super important for me, still is to this day. Um, once you make the decision that, oh, I am starting this business, I have launched this business, it's like an identity thing, what we do every day, our job, our career, our business, it's all tied to our identity and how we what we think of ourselves and how we present ourselves to the world, right? So once you decide, okay, I have this business, that becomes a part of your identity. And so now you have to make that a non negotiable. So you have to say, no matter what other obstacles come up, no matter what other roadblocks might come up, I am going to keep going. And most importantly, you're going to start saying no to things that don't align with your goals. So that can be very challenging, especially for women. I mean, it can be challenging for men too, but obviously I'm a woman, so I know this. I know the struggle. But as women, we tend to have lots of responsibilities, especially when it comes to, your family and, maybe even in your friend group. And so starting to say no, especially if you are a people pleaser and a very much so a yes person, it can be a challenge. But I'm telling you, you got to start saying no. You got to start putting yourself first, like that, what shows that Empire? I got to put me first. I got to put me first. You got to put yourself first. And it's not in like a mean way or a selfish way. I mean, I guess it technically is selfish, but who cares? Okay, you're going to be selfish a little bit because your business is now taking the priority. And when I say make yourself a priority, you also want to throw in those self-care and wellness activities and add those to your calendar. So I started this off by saying live by your calendar. So I want you calendaring everything from working on your business to going to work to taking a day off, okay, to getting a massage if that's your thing, getting a manicure, pedicure if that helps you relax, just sitting in front of the TV, having some TV time, locking yourself in a room if you live with a bunch of people and having your alone time. That is so important because, as an entrepreneur, you're going to go through a lot of mindset ish. Okay. And so if you don't take that time to like recuperate and, in my case, I started to learn how to meditate and pray and make that part of my wellness routine. If you don't take that time, it's going to be some hard times ahead. So make sure you make that time. So my tip 3 is to make yourself and your business a non-negotiable, meaning making taking care of yourself a non-negotiable and showing up for your business a non-negotiable. All right. I just love the term non-negotiable. It sounds so awesome. Number 4, this is number 4 of 6, is to hire a virtual assistant. also known as a VA. Oh, you know what? I just realized I had this. Hold on. I just realized I wasn't supposed to have this little thing. It's supposed to just say my name. There we go. So, um, hiring a virtual assistant, super, super helpful and super necessary. Okay. I personally am in between VAs right now and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I don't like it here. It sucks. I need to find another one immediately. Okay. Now that happens, you hire someone, they move on. It is what it is. So that's fine. It's just like, at your job, people come, they leave, they quit, they hire someone else. It is what it is. But hiring a VA or some sort of support, even if it's for a couple hours a week, is going to make so much of a difference. It took me a very long time to hire my first VA, for one, because I had a very scarcity mindset in the beginning. And it was just like, no, if I make any type of money, I have to hold on to it because I'm never going to make money again. And it's like, girl, relax. What are you doing? Let's think more abundantly. Let's remember that things are working in your favor. You're doing the work to grow your business. You have a job with income that is supplementing your business. So you don't have to hang on to like every single penny. You actually have the benefit of making money in your business and reinvesting that money into your business to grow it. So hiring a virtual assistant is going to, for one, save you a ton of time, and for two, give you mental space and you're going to preserve your mental energy so that you actually have the time to work with your clients. Now, as far as what you can hire a VA to do, my number one tip for this is to keep track of everything that you do in your business, which if you're living by your calendar, then this should be very easy, like I said in the beginning. But keep track of everything you're doing in your business, and every single task that you do, start asking yourself, who else could do this? This is the tip that my first coach gave to me. So a lot of times we assume falsely that we have to do every single little thing in our business. And in the beginning, that's true because you literally are starting from scratch and you don't know what you don't know. But I promise you, as a former VA myself, there are so many skilled and awesome virtual assistants in this world at every single price point, um, and at every single skill level. So there is someone out there for you. Okay. Now, when you think about what else or who else can do this, if you are scheduling a post to social media, I promise you that someone else can do that for you. You don't have to be the one that says, post this on July 30th at 12 p.m. I promise you someone else is fully capable and smart enough to do that. Okay. If you are creating graphics on Canva, I promise you someone else can do that. And probably better in my case, probably better. Not even probably, for sure better. If you are scheduling an email to go out to your list, if you've signed up for ConvertKit or, Aweber or MailerLite or, whatever uh, email service provider you've signed up for, I promise you, someone else can do that. Someone else can even write the emails for you, but I'm talking about like specifically admin tasks here because that's really what a VA is for. Um, every VA specializes in something. So there's the ones that are general admin, then there's some that are more technical, like I was. So, but I'm just thinking of just admin tasks here. What else? Um, if you aren't manually, or I'm sorry, if you haven't started, how do I want to phrase this? Gosh, if you are using Paperbell, right, and you've gotten everything in there, you're good to go, you're rolling in clients, hire a VA to manage it for you. So I love Paperbell because you can do it yourself. You can do everything yourself. That's actually what my course teaches you how to do. But once you get money rolling in and you realize like, oh, hey, my energy is better spent elsewhere. Or simply, I don't want to do this because, hey, you have your own business, you have the, right to do that. Just hire someone else to manage it for you. And that's what a VA can do. So that is my tip number 4. Someone in has commented, "Hello, welcome. It is the best thing I could have done is to hire a VA." I love it. It's so true, right? A VA is amazing. I bet you that's Michelle. I bet you that's Michelle because I know Michelle recently hired a VA. So congratulations. Okay, my fifth tip, I forgot. My fifth tip for managing your time, and this is number 5 of 6, is to give yourself grace. Okay. Consistency is key when it comes to this. I, in the beginning, was very like, if I don't do this right every single day, then it's just screw it, I'm going to give up. I had a very like militant uh, view of this, and I was like trying to be super disciplined. And then I realized, oh, this is kind of going off topic, but I realized like, oh, you're being super masculine right now. And I started learning how to be more in my feminine energy. That is like, I'm not an expert on all that, but I'm learning about the different energies and whatnot. So it's a little woo, but bear with me. Okay. So I had to learn to give myself grace and to remember that I am human. I am a woman. And I started really learned to um I learned to follow, or gosh, what am I trying to say? I started to analyze myself and realize like what weeks or what days I had the most energy. And so for women, that it revolves usually around like our cycle. So some weeks, we are like, oh my gosh, yes, I can do anything. I'm queen of the world. And then some weeks of the month, it's just like, oh, I need to just chill. I need to do something more laid back. Maybe I don't go live 5 times this week. I just go live once, it's things like that. So give yourself grace because every day is not going to be perfect when it comes to trying to live by your calendar and doing your daily money making activities. But as long as you're consistent, you're going to start seeing results. And it's kind of like exercising, right? It's like, you can start on an exercise plan and say, okay, I'm going to work out every day for 30 days. Just because you miss 1 or 2 doesn't mean you're going to gain all your weight back. It just means don't miss a week or 2 because then you might gain the weight back. But if you hop back on the train, after a couple of days, you'll be just fine and the weight will stay off, right? Okay. So, my last tip for managing your time is to start leveraging tech tools that will help you actually streamline and organize your day-to-day life. So I already mentioned in the beginning how you need to live by your calendar, and I recommended using a Google Calendar because that's what I use and I love it, and it integrates with Paperbell, so it's awesome. But another tool that I really, really love is Asana. Asana is so awesome, but if you don't like Asana, there's other project management tools out there that will help you organize your to-do lists, your projects, whether it be, organizing your next launch, organizing a masterclass you want to hold, organizing you know, sales that you've been making, organizing leads that you've been contacting. You want to leverage different tech tools that will actually make your life easier and don't be overwhelmed by them. Actually find one that works for you and start using it. Use it to the max, use all the features, embrace it and let it make your life easier. Sometimes it's crazy, we actually make our lives harder just because we're not opening up to doing and trying new things, right? So, like I said, I really like Asana. An alternative to Asana is maybe Trello. I used to love Trello. That was my first love, but then I switched over to Asana. Um, and then obviously Paperbell. Paperbell is going to be phenomenal in helping you to manage your coaching business. So Paperbell is considered like a CRM. So, obviously if you're in this group, you're probably using Paperbell or are interested in using Paperbell. So if you don't know what it is an all-in-one tool that handles your scheduling, your payments, your contract signing, your and your client management. So it's going to help you to streamline and automate all of the tasks that go into having a coaching business. So that way you actually are saving tons of time. So let me just recap because I do see that some people joined. In case you missed the beginning of this video, I gave you 6 different tips that you can use to juggle and manage your coaching business alongside of a full-time job or just a full-time responsibility. So 1 is live by your calendar. 2 is prioritize your money-making activities because that's so important. I mean, this is in no particular order, but if it was, that would be number 1. And these are just all based on my own personal experience. Okay. Number 3 is make yourself and your business showing up for your business a non-negotiable. So make sure you're taking care of yourself and showing up for your business. Number 4, hire a VA or some support because that's going to save you tons of time. Number 5, give yourself grace. Consistency is key. So you're going to be okay. Just keep showing up. And then number 6, be sure to leverage all of the tech tools that you can that will make your life easier. And so, like I mentioned, Paperbell is going to make your life easier. And so, if you want to learn how you can save at least 10 hours per week using Paperbell for your coaching business, I have created a free training for you. And let me actually bring up that graphic that I had earlier, or not graphic, but they call it a graphic on here. Where did it go? Here we go. So if you go to shadayjohnson.com/training, you will find my free Paperbell training where I go over how to grow a 6-figure coaching business using Paperbell. So I go over how you can use Paperbell to save those 10 hours per week while still providing a VIP client experience, how you can use Paperbell to sell your coaching programs without a website, as well as how Paperbell is different from other tools you might have tried. So maybe you've tried Dubsado or Honeybook or any of those other CRMs out there. And I'm going to explain how Paperbell is different and is the tool that I recommend for your coaching business. So if you have any questions, drop them down in the chat. But those are my tips for managing your time. That is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, as you can tell, because it's something that I'm still learning every day. And so I hope these tips have helped you because, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, this online business thing for a while. And I still have my full-time job, but I'm working on that exit plan as we speak. Pray for me and that it works ASAP. So get signed up for that free Paperbell training, especially if you are new to Paperbell or if you're on the fence of like, oh, is this the right tool for me to use? I know we have a few new people who joined the group and, they're trying to determine if this is the right tool. So that training is definitely going to lay out for you whether or not it's the right tool for you. So thank you so much for joining me for another live. I will see you next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And what else I was going to say? Oh, but I'll also see you in the group. So ask your questions, comment below, or post them in the Paperbell Society Facebook group. And I will see you soon. Bye.